Hello, YouTube, and welcome to LeagueWise. I'm your host, Chad Finn, and in this video, I'll be giving you my top plays for each role in the DraftKings Friday night LCS slate. This is a two-game slate that locks at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday, which is today, June 19th. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. The featured games are Game 1. We have Golden Guardians coming in at minus 152 favorites versus Counter Logic Gaming, are plus 155 underdogs. And Game 2 will feature Immortals, plus 195 underdogs versus Team Solo Mid, coming in at minus 280 favorites. I apologize for no videos the last couple of days, but I just didn't have time due to other commitments. But I do try to get it. My goal is to provide videos every day. I do appreciate your patience, and I'm glad you came back. On a side note, as we get back to the slate, I really wish that the LCS and the LEC would go to the best of three format. Really don't like these one-game formats. Anyway, in Game 1, we'll see a battle of 1-1 teams as Golden Guardians will face off against Counter Logic Gaming. Golden Guardians are favored to win with an implied win percentage of just over 60%. For CLG, so far this split, it's been all Stixxay, their ADC, who comes into the game with a KDA of 13 and a kill participation of 81.3%. While CLG wants to win through their bot lane, Golden Guardians have wanted to feature their new duo of closer and newcomer Demonte, who I have to admit has looked impressive in his first couple of times on the Rift. I'm kind of surprised that he was stuck on an academy team. But I'm going to be honest here. Everything here to me when I look at the game says Golden Guardians should win. But my gut's telling me Counter Logic pulls an upset here. And in a one-game set, anything's possible. I struggled on this one, kind of went back and forth. My mind's telling me yes, but my body, I'm going to go with my gut on this one and take CLG to pull the upset. That said, remember, this is a two-game slate, and I will be hedging it with four lineups. So I'll have guaranteeing myself a combination, a lineup with the two winning teams. Game 2 should be pretty one-sided, I think, as Team Solo Mid looks to go to 2-1 versus Immortals, who I feel are going to be at the bottom of the standings all split long. When I look at the Immortals lineup, I don't see anything that they can really hang their hat on. Nothing that jumps out that kind of lets me know what kind of team they want to be. And I'll be honest, I feel their talent level is more academy than it is LCS. Maybe they prove me wrong, but barring, I just believe that barring a team just blowing the draft, I don't see how this roster can create winning. I don't see how they can create win conditions in game or make an adjustment in game if their drafted win condition goes south or the game changes. There just isn't a lot to like mechanically. Their decision making, the macro's bad. I just think this team is bad. TSM, on the other hand, has a strong core in Broken Blade, Bjorgsen, and Double Lift. Biofrost is also solid. The wild card for them is Spica. If he can develop synergy with his laners, this team could be really good. I kind of expect that this game that they'll try to get Spica going a little bit, and I would expect him to be pretty active. For that reason, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take TSM in this one. That leaves us with CLG and TSM, Counter Logic Gaming, and Team Solo Mid for Finn's 5. Remember, these are my favorite plays per lane. I'll be looking to fit as many to all of these players into my main lineup, but then we'll be running 3 more to hedge the slate. And most times when I'm running my main lineup, I'm going to, because I play the $4 Elder Dragon, I think is what it's called. That's the main tournament I play where I do all my hedging. I'll have my main lineup in there as well. But then I also throw that main lineup into the, I forget what they call it, but it's a $15 tournament with 150 lineup max. I just throw the one in there as a one-off, just to kind of see what happens. Good number of times I place on it. Just kind of depends how the picks go that night. But in the top lane, if we take a look here for CLG and TSM, in the top lane between Broken Blade and Ruin, I'm going to go a Broken Blade from TSM at 6,600. In the jungle, we've got Spica and Wiggly. Now, I know I mentioned Spica. I think he's going to be active here. I've got to look at it. I haven't put my lineup together yet. I'm probably going to be looking at putting Spica in my captain position. That's just me. I'm giving you a little six. I just feel that he is going to be active. I think he's going to be their win condition in a game like this. It's an opportunity for them to grow as a team. Which if I do that, then Wiggly from CLG will be in the jungle position at 6,400. Like I said, that's just my early thoughts. That could change. Feel free to swap out Wiggly and Spica at your convenience. Like I said, I'm leaning towards right now going Spica in my captain and Wiggly in my jungle. In the mid lane, between Bjorksen and Pole Belter, I like Pole Belter a lot. I think he's a good mid laner. But I'm going to go with Bjorksen. Like I said, I think the mid lane is where they will start to play through in this game. Very positive. I think you're going to see Spica on an aggressive champion and expect him to gank early, often. And I really think, like I said, they're going to try to get him going in this one. It's just my opinion. But I'm going to go Bjorksen in the mid lane. In bot, I talked about him earlier, between Double Lift and Stixxay. I'm going to go with Stixxay. Now, to be clear, I'm 100% think Double Lift is a better ADC. But if CLG is going to pull the upset here, it will be carried by Stixxay. And you're going to want him in your lineup. If you believe, like I do, that this is an upset. If you don't think this is an upset, if you think I'm wrong, do not play the CLG players. Go with the chalkier lineup and look to differentiate yourself in other ways. But I'm going to go Stixxay at 7,400 here from CLG. And then in support between Bilefrost and Smoothie, pretty clear cut for me here. I'm going to go Bilefrost. Really like him as a support, 5,600. Gives us a decent amount of room to play with. As a reminder, for those of you that are new to DFS, a real quick way to kind of know whether or not your lineup is going to be chalky is to look at the remaining salary. If we just go in here and throw a team in here, let's see, let's throw Team Solo Mid in here, and then we have, let's just throw Spica in there. So this is what my lineup would look like if this is what I end up running. I'm not saying this is what I'm going to run, but you notice it leaves me 300 remaining salary. The lower that number is, the more you can anticipate other people are going to be running that same lineup. Even 300 gives you quite a bit of differential. If this was, for example, right here at 0, I could expect that this is going to be a lineup that I would have to split a lot of winnings with if I did place. There's going to be a lot of people running this because it's got a 0 lineup. Vice versa, if I ran Rune up here, 1,800, I can be pretty confident that he is going to be, that this is going to be a fairly low owned lineup, which is good. You want to differentiate yourself, but also understand you still need to maximize points. So if you don't believe that Rune is going to give you the potential to put 60, 70 points up in the captain spot in a one game slate, don't run him there. You need to have somebody that you feel is going to have that capability. So if you feel that's wind and that puts you at 0, try to find, maybe then you run out Counter Logic Gaming and gives you 800. If that's how you feel it that lineup's going to score more, that 800 lets you know, just a general rule. It's not 100%, but that's a general rule that your lineup is going to have some. That lets you know that you've differentiated yourself here a little bit. But that's just, like I said, that's just a real novice way of roster construction. I don't know if I've talked a whole lot about, but since it was on my mind, just wanted to share that. So that's it. And it's good to be back. I tell you, I've really been enjoying this. Really want to see that push to 200 subscribers. I can't believe we got to 125 as quickly as we did. Thank you guys so much. I'm probably not going to do another video for the LPL LCK split games tomorrow morning. But make sure to head over to Twitter if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at the Chad Finn, and I will go ahead and post Finn's 5 on there later this evening. In the meantime, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons here below. And as always, feel free to ask any questions, leave any comments, good or bad. I got thick skin. I've been through a lot in my life. There's not much that you can tell me that's going to throw me off of who I am and where I'm going. I'm pretty set in my ways. And I'm always open to talk, always open to learn, always open for suggestions. Again, I want to thank you for watching. This is Chad Finn saying good luck, stay safe, and see you tonight on the Rift.